Alright, it is time for the January previews of items that are going to come out in roughly March, around March. We're going to do a new layout now, where we're going to do DC, IDW, and Marvel all in one review, and probably do the big catalog all in one review because I have too many other shows that I need to get out, so I don't want to break them all up into like 6-8 reviews. So check these out and see what's up. I show off new stuff that's out and anything I need to highlight. Otherwise, the ongoing stuff I just leave alone for right now. Those things you should know about by listening to my other episodes if they're ongoing. Otherwise, check out the catalogs and see what you want to pick up. Always good to go through them and pick up what you can. And we are starting off, right off the bat, with All In Saga. Uh-oh. I don't have my glasses. Oh, there they are. We got lucky. They're close by. Alright. All In Saga. Amanda Waller's bid for control and ultimate power has failed. And though Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and the rest of the DC Universe's heroes stand triumphant, they have learned a valuable lesson. They are better together than apart. Forming a new Justice League Unlimited, the heroes usher in a new era of unity just in time to face a returned, very different Darkseid. As the first blows land against the Lord of Apocalypse, shockwaves ripple across the DC universe and shake the very nature of its reality to the core. As the dust settles from the titanic battle, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and the League itself find themselves at new beginnings. Alright, I didn't even realize this was a collected edition, otherwise I wouldn't have shown it. I thought it was a brand new thing, but it collects Absolute Power number 4, DC All In, Special number 1, Justice League Unlimited number 1, Batman number 153, Wonder Woman number 14, and Superman 19. Okay, I screwed up right off the bat. And let's see what we got here. We got Absolute Green Lantern. This is L. Ewing, John D. Lindsay, Juliet Nika, and Martin Simmons. Oh, those are cover people. Variant covers, sorry. The first two were the art and the writers. But without the corpse, without the ring, without the willpower, what's left is the Absolute Green Lantern. Well, that's absolutely not much of a description. We got Absolute Martian Manhunter by Denise Camp and Javier Rodriguez. Beyond Mars, beyond physical form, beyond human understanding, all that is left is the ultimate alien, the Absolute Martian Manhunter. That's a goofy looking cover. Too artsy for me. Alright, we got Absolute Flash by Jeff Lemire, Nick Robles. Without the mentor, without the family, without the Speed Force, what's left is the Absolute Scarlet Speedster. And we got Peacemaker presents the Vigilante Eagly double feature. I think I went with this cover. This one I wanted to do, but it was way too pricey for me. The Vigilante story starts when Peacemaker has disappeared. It's up to Adrian Chase, the Vigilante and Peacemaker's bestest friend, to find him. The crime bosses of Evergreen must pay. Blood will be spilled. Oh, wait, you say Peacemaker is just on vacation? Oh, don't tell Adrian. Meanwhile, Eagly and his sidekick, Chris Smith, aka Peacemaker, are exhausted. After kicking the shit out of a bunch of Nazi lizard dudes, it's time to head to the great outdoors for some fresh air and a much-needed vacay. But when their commute is co-opted by a bunch of masked asswipes? It's up to a certain eagle hero and his pet human to get themselves and some dumb innocent folks out of quite the pickle. Will lives be lost? Duh. I can't wait. That one's definitely going on my to get list. And we got Secret 6 #1 by Nicholas Maines and Stefan Segovia. In the wake of absolute power, the Justice League has returned. The war criminal Amanda Waller is in prison. About time. And things are finally getting back to normal. Stick a bomb in her head, make her go off and do stuff. That is until Dreamer, John Kent, and Jay Nakamura discover that Waller has somehow vanished into thin air from her cell. With seemingly no leads and nothing but questions, and enough trauma to kill a swimming pool, our three heroes are forced to team up with the bad guys, Deadshot, Catman, and Black Alice, to track down Waller, reclaim the infinite trove of secrets in her head, and uncover what the deal is with all these freaking chess pieces they keep seeing around, all without letting their own individual secrets tear them apart from the inside. Sounds like a decent story, and the characters aren't grabbing me though. I don't have enough of the ones that I want to see in the Suicide Squad story. We got Adventures of Superman, the Book of L, #1 by Philip Kennedy Johnson and Scott Godlewski. Superman Returns, fan favorite. As the super family settles into a well-earned time of peace, a powerful ally turned enemy invades Earth with an army at his back and a god aspect of Olgrun, mad god of the first world. When even the super family lacks the power to stop him, Superman is sent against his will to a place even he's never been, where he'll find allies he could never have expected. Concluding the events of Future State and Philip Kennedy Johnson's Action Comics, the Superman event of 1,000 lifetimes begins here. Alright. Next up we got, Harley Quinn Fartacular. Silent but Deadly #1 by Jones Starr, Ted Brandt, and Rose Stein. I've been holding in all my very worst bits of bubble guts for the last 32 years, and it's all been leading up to this epic expulsion. Your nose will never be the same. You'll gag, you'll cry, you'll feel things you ain't never felt before. This fine publication is a celebration of all things past, present, and future. Sequential art's place in the annals of history is about to change with the release of the Harley Quinn Fartacular, Silent but Deadly, a comic that promises to have the highest concentration of gas per page, GPP, ever committed to print. Emphasis on committed, because everyone who worked on this comic is getting thrown into Dr. Fartley's home for no good gassy gals and guys. Read the comic that Abraham Lincoln called a joy from fart to finish, moments before he died. Warning: we aren't kidding. If you are grossed out by farts, then this comic isn't for you. And that's perfectly okay though I am judging you. Unless you want to put your feelings to the test, in which case this comic is for you. Full of real farts you can smell with your nose, real artificial rub and smell farts. Okay, that's the thing I was looking for, because in my digital catalog they do not mention that it does have the fart smells and the scratch and sniff smart farts. I'm not a fan of the covers. This cover I would have liked to have, but it's a more expensive one. But I think the one I ended up going with was the gal with the beans, the Harley with the beans falling around her. But yeah, I would have liked to have seen a more interesting cover for this run. But this one's decent. It's just a higher priced cover, so that's a bummer. Alright. I got DX or DCX Sonic the Hedgehog #1, written by Ian Flynn, art by Adam Bryce Thomas. It's a crossover event unlike any other. The monstrous Darkseid crosses dimensions to invade the world of Sonic the Hedgehog, seeking the ultimate power. Sonic and his friends have faced everything from mad scientists to ancient spirits, but the forces of apocalypse may be too much for them. Thankfully, the full heroic might of the Justice League arrives to back them up. Don't miss part 1 of this unique crossover event. I like Sonic the Hedgehog, but I'm not feeling this crossover. That's too weird for me. And they've had a lot of weird crossovers in DC, but yeah, this one's, I don't know. I'm sure they'll do it good, but I just can't get into it. Alright, we got 2 more pages to check out here. Starting with Teen Titans Go #1 by Shally Fish and Dario Brazulla. Say It Ain't So. The Titans comic book canceled? Desperate for a relaunch, the Titans remake themselves as everything from transforming robots to artsy black and white indie comics characters. But when DC still doesn't bite, the Titans turn to more drastic measures, like sabotage. Alright. And the final one is a page that doesn't want to let me grab it. Kanga U, Test and Tournaments. This is by Shally Fish and Yancey Labatt. Wonder Woman's home island of Themyscira holds many surprises, the most adorable having floppy ears and long tails. Kangas are companions and partners of the Amazons, beloved steeds and protectors of their bonded warriors, and on the island, a school exists to train the next generation of Kangas for the many battles and challenges of the future. And it's finally here. Bonding Day, the long-awaited time when Amazons are matched up with newly trained Kangas to make the perfect pairs. This special event only happens once every 20 years, but this bonding day is unlike any other because this is the year when Princess Diana, the only teenager on Themyscira, will choose a Kanga for the first time. Jumpa has been training hard to compete in the Tournament of Kangas, where all the Kangas get to show off what they can do. She knows she has what it takes to match with the princess. The only catch is her friends Skippa, Ruth, Goldie, and Big Red are all determined to do the same, and the competition is fierce. When Ares arrives on the island with a threat that forces the festivities to be cancelled, Jumpa must convince her friends to work together for the good of Themyscira and to protect the princess they admire. I don't know, I just can't get into kangaroo characters, and I thought the kangaroo character was used for Kang the Conqueror. But, anyways, that's it for these. Well, this issue at least. Now let's jump over and see what IDW has to offer. Starting with Star Trek Lore War. Number 1 by Christopher Cantwell, Colin Kelly, Jackson Lansing, and David Tinto. The start of an all-new crossover event between Star Trek and Defiant is here. From the Eisner-nominated writers of Star Trek, Jackson Lansing and Colin Kelly, the critically acclaimed writer of Star Trek Defiant, Christopher Cantwell, and artist David Tinto. Why don't you guys just give me the damn story? I already told them who's in it. It drives me nuts. Lore War number 1 shows us a universe rebuilt in Lore's image. The crews of the Theseus and the Defiant are scattered across the universe with no memory of who they once were. Some even worship Lore as their god. Lore has won. His rule is absolute. But the Cisco remains, and there are forces who wish to remind him of his power. Yeah. They have imagery at all. It looks like that might be some imagery from it there. And then we're jumping over to Godzilla Heist has a Fast and the Furious cover. Alright, we got nope. Sonic the Hedgehog, Chasing Shadows. Kiel Figli and Mauro Fonseca. Shadow the Hedgehog is off on a solo adventure where he finds himself in an old, isolated village away from the modern world. As strange happenings begin to occur, he finds haunting clues that point to a dark secret not only in the town, but among the villagers who inhabit it. Can Shadow escape their clutches and unravel the dark secrets of the village? You'll have to read it to find out. Alright, we got Monster High Bullseye. It seems like they're bringing out Monster High stuff every month now. This is by Heather Nuffer and Kelly Riley. For the first time in over a decade, IDW is bringing out-of-print Monster High comics back to unlife. Each short story from I Only Have I for You is back in new format for fans to enjoy. First up, when Manny Tower catches Iris Clop's eye, she wants to make a good impression, but she keeps getting tripped up, literally. Having one eye makes depth perception really hard, so who can blame her? Can the pair find love, or will they both be going to the Frady Hawkins dance stag? We got My Little Pony, Case of the Missing Puff by Megan Brown and Natalie Haynes. After a series of strange coincidences and the shocked disappearance of Zip and Pip's beloved pet, suspicion abounds as every pony at the end of the year bash becomes a suspect. Key among them is the glamorous influencer Chrysanthemum, whose obsession with popularity puts the sisters on her case. Is she responsible for the party mayhem, or is there a larger secret ahoof in the castle? Yeah, it looks like the last one is My Little Pony Classics Reimagined, The Odyssey, by Megan Brown, and art by Jenna Ayub, Robin Easter, Brianna Garcia, Natalie Haynes, and Justice Suta. Homer's got nothing on this epic poem as the Odyssey meets My Little Pony, as our Odysseus, Pinkie Pie, tries to find her way back home to the most perfectest cupcake on Ithaca. She must... I moved the page and threw myself off. She must first overcome talking pigs, mysterious hungry hippies, bugbears, and even a quick, totally painless trip to Tartarus. Join Pinkie Pie and the motley crew she meets on her travels as she learns the myths of various Greek gods to help guide her back home. By Fortuna, I hope she makes it. Alright, looks like that's it for this. And then we're gonna jump over to, and they do have these in the back, they've been putting them with, this is like Shredder Dead. I mean, it's a trade paperback. You got some imagery there for it, so if you're a skateboarding fan, that might be one for you. And they got this Dream Over preview. Looks like a teenage romance type storyline. But yeah, I don't know why they put those in the back. If they're a different company, it looks like. I'm not sure. But let's look at the Marvel previews quick. Get that done too. Starting out right off the bat with Godzilla vs. Fantastic Four #1. I wish they'd say how many, and they might say in here, but oh yeah, okay, that makes me more interested. We got Marvel's greatest heroes must fight Godzilla from across the eras. The battle of the century starts here. The start of 6 sensational action-packed issues with Marvel heroes battling the king of monsters from its many different eras. How will Godzilla's lore mix with the Marvel universe? Find out as history is twisted when icons like the Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, Hulk, X-Men, and Thor go face off against one of the greatest monsters of all time. This issue witnessed a threat never before seen as King Ghidorah descends upon Earth with the power cosmic as Galactus' newest herald. Can the Fantastic Four stop him from destroying New York along with the rest of the planet? It's a city-smashing spectacular as Godzilla, with the help of the Silver Surfer, join forces to stop the world from certain annihilation. A must for Marvel and Godzilla fans. Round 1 in a series of 6 one-shot throwdowns. So since these are one-shots, I may pick this up, but you got Ryan North, John Romita Jr. working on this. Lots of covers by a lot of people. I don't know, since a one-shot, it might get my attention this month. See what happens. Now we're jumping over to, that's Peach Momoko cover there. Doom's Division #1 of 5 by Yoon Ha Lee, Minkyu Jung, and lots of covers. Tiger Division roars into action for Doom. Dr. Doom rules the planet, but instead of chaos, he's created world peace. Where does that leave Tiger Division, South Korea's foremost defenders? As agents of the National Intelligence Service under White Fox, they're ordered to uphold the New World Order, with the help of some new team members, but not everyone is content in Doom's utopia. Tensions are high, and the stakes are higher in one world under Doom. There's an interesting image. And we're going to go up a few to Spirits of Vengeance #1 by Sabir Pirzada, Paul Davidson. Who or what is the spirit of violence? For weeks, Johnny Blaze has been on the trail of a mysterious and dangerous new entity, the spirit of violence. Born of an ancient curse from forgotten magics, the spirit of violence feeds on fear, blood, and death. and it's got a bone to pick with the Ghost Rider. Interesting. Why don't I have that one? For some reason I had that one skipped. We got Deadpool vs. Wolverine, Slash 'em Up, #1, by Christos Cage and Alan Robinson. The Schnick Fly as Wolverine crashes Deadpool's latest gig. Deadpool and Wolverine are frenemies at their best, but their latest adventure might just push their healing factors and Logan's patience to their absolute limits, as anything stands in their way will be slashed to ribbons. Deadpool is in Madripoor for his latest mission, but not for long if Wolverine has anything to say about it. But what's his stake in Wade's merc job? For the first time in print, the full Deadpool vs. Wolverine Infinity comic as one Dynamite issue just in time for April Fool's Day. X-Man hunt has begun. Let's see here. We're on 20. Oh, I guess I must be going off the wrong thing here. I gotta make sure I did this right. No, I didn't. I missed that one. Okay, I missed that one. So we'll go back to that. Doctor Strange of Asgard, #1, by Derek Landy and Carlos Magno. Sorcerer Supreme no more. Dr. Doom tricked Doctor Strange into surrendering the title of Sorcerer Supreme. Now Doom is ruling the world, and Stephen Strange is experiencing a bit of an identity crisis. Searching for purpose and maybe revenge, he travels to Asgard to see if Thor's kingdom might be looking for a Sorcerer Supreme of its own. Loki's willing to help, but that help comes with a wicked catch, and Strange quickly realizes that becoming Asgard's top magical authority is going to be more complicated than he thought. And then we're going to get back in our order by jumping to X-Man Hunt Omega #1. This is by Gail Simone and Marua Ayadel and Gleb Melnikov. X-Man Hunt Finale. The X-Man Hunt concludes as Professor X reaches his destination and his assorted pursuers, friend and foe alike, catch up with him. Alliances will be battle-tested, the blades of betrayals will cut deep with poisoned tips, and when the dust finally settles, Charles Xavier will have to make a tectonic, shifting choice with the fate of all mutant kind in the balance. The world is about to change. This time around, everyone is wide awake. We got Marvel and Disney, What If? Mickey and Friends Became the Avengers, #1. We've been picking up almost all these, well, so far I think all of them, for Crimson Cull Comic Club. If you want to check out our group reviews on those, we've been having fun with the What If Disney style comics. But we got Luca Barbiera and Steve Bailing, Alessandro Pastravicchio working on this, and lots of covers, of course. Avengers, Duck's Guardians, and Loki Oh My. Donald Duck is Thor, Mickey Mouse is Iron Man, Goofy is the Hulk, Minnie Mouse and Pluto are the Wasp and Ant-Man. How did these sensational superheroes become the mighty Avengers? And what part does Cake Monster and Gladstone Loki play in their origin? Find out in this hilarious mashup of Marvel's and Disney's greatest characters. I don't know why they wouldn't keep the characters in their forms of what they were. Like Donald Duck was Thor, but Minnie Mouse was Captain Marvel. Now they're changing them up, and I don't understand the purpose of that. Could have brought in someone else to play Ant-Man and the Wasp. I don't know. It's their choice. I'm sure they have a reason for it. We got The Thing #1 of 5 by Tony Fleeks and Leonard Kirk. The Thing clobbers the Marvel Universe. Ben Grimm may be the strongest member of the Fantastic Four, but once a time, he was just a scrawny kid from Yancey Street. When an unexpected visitor from his past sends him on a search for a missing child, the Thing must unravel the mystery, even if that means becoming a wanted man. Get ready to see the ever-loving blue-eyed Thing versus every superpowered criminal and bounty hunter in New York City. 25, still going. We got Nick Fury versus Fin Fang Foom #1 by J. Michael Straczynski and Elena Casagrande. The Howling Commandos take on Fin Fang Foom. Nick Fury knows how to handle problems, no matter the size, but he's never faced a foe this big before. Witness the next chapter in J. Michael Straczynski's team-up event as he is joined. Yeah, we already know that. But yeah, I wish they would have gave more of a description of it. I am still hanging on that one, not positive, but I think I'm going to get it. But we'll see what happens. We got Web of Spider-Verse, New Blood, #1 by Matt Groom, Jordan Morris, Greg Pak, and Chris Eliopoulos, Lucio Vecchio, Chris Eliopoulos, and more for artists. The War of the Multiverse is coming. Spider-Man and his spider compatriots across the Spider-Verse are the guardians of the web of life and destiny, but they are heading for a confrontation with the other arachnid multiverse of the symbiote variety when they come into conflict with the Venomverse. In the build-up to the eight-fisted confrontation, meet 3 new Spider-Verses to see who has what it takes to fight in the Web Wars. Could it be Count Parker, Spider Prowler, or maybe Spider Hulk? Find out inside. Curious about these new characters. I like how the Spider Hulk's kind of got the busted out outfit there with the Spider-Man outfit. I think I might check that one out. At least check out a few issues of it, see what's up with it. Now we gotta jump quite a ways. If I can. Pool Illuminati. #1 by Zach Gorman, Alexis Casarano, Todd Nowak, and Enid Balam. The Elite Pools assemble. There are those who hold power and those who hold the secret power in the world. Those who shape the world around us, who pull the strings, unseen. They are the Pooluminati. Or, wait, no, that's the Illuminati. So what the heck does the Pooluminati do? It's too secret, but Wade Wilson is about to find out. The most elite Deadpools across the multiverse assemble, and they need the 616's Deadpools. But will Wade, with Ellie's help, prove himself worthy of the Pooluminati? And even if he does, will the conspiracy theory they uncover spell disaster for the Pools everywhere? Plus a Princess and Ellie Pool short by the Quasarano by Quasarano and Balam. I just don't know. That one's up in the air. We'll see. I usually pick up most Deadpool stuff, but not positive if I want to go with that one or not. And the last one we have for this is Star Wars Jedi Knights #1 by Mark Guggenheim, Matabek Masubekov. We got a bunch of covers going on. First issue in the prequel era. It begins here, Marvel's first series focusing on the Guardians of Peace and Justice in the Galaxy, the Jedi Knights, featuring your favorite Jedi like Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Yoda, and Mace Windu, alongside brand new Jedi sure to become fan favorites. And who is the mysterious new villain targeting Qui-Gon Jinn? You'll have to read it to find out. Alright. That's it for those 3 catalogs. And we'll see what is in the big catalog next. So check out the previews. The big previews catalog coming up when we review it. And see if you can find anything that you're interested in. Alright. Check out the Crimson Cult Comic Club if you want to get our group picks for the month. Find out what we're actually going to pick up. And then you can find out if there's a group reviews in the future for that. And keep falling under the call of MS. Rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend, give us those likes, and we'll get back with more of these sometime in the future. Bye.